you know.
I guess I've always been hesitant, especially in today's world, because
Yep.
people just get weird about you coming up to their house.
Sure.
Like, I don't like when people come to my house, so I don't do it to people.
Mm-hmm.
But seems like, do you feel like your accent disarms people?
If it's a 60-year-old lady, yes. So
And I'm 60 and he's right.
I do very well with the
older girls.
The charm.
the older girls. No, but it does. It definitely does disarm it because you know, people are intrigued.
Yeah.
You know, I've been out. You know, I talked to a lot of people out in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, the Hawaiian culture is very different, and the idea of me speaking to a 65-year-old Hawaiian guy that's lived out there on the island, your average American is going to have challenges talking about their house and their problems. But it feels like people are just a little bit intrigued because you're not the norm, you know. But I mean, if I don't even realize I'm doing it, but my wife tells me all the time, I walk the streets, I walk up to somebody's door, I'm whistling as I'm doing it, you know, but I'm respectful. I'll ring the doorbell. I will be back 10 feet. I will step far enough away to not feel or not be seen in any way as threatening.
Sure.
You know, I'm not dressed in a suit, you know, looking like I'm from the bank, you know, but I'm also dressed smart and I'm very respectful. And, you know, we took a little bit of time off of door knocking during COVID, you know, just again, because, you
Some
know,
people get freaked out about it.
we needed to, but again, I'm, you know, now I get, you know, when you've door knocked houses that are in foreclosure, where these people are getting hounded by scammers, by everybody in the business, when you can door knock people in foreclosures, door knocking and talking about buying and selling houses is easy.
Right.
It's a piece of cake. It's just a conversation. And, you know, of course, you're always going to get the odd person that's not happy to see you because they don't like seeing anybody. But it's...
John.
You know, if I used to be the one that hid behind the sofa. I used to be the one that, oh, I'm a renter. No, I don't need any solar. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, but now I entertain all of these conversations, even if I know I'm not going to buy it. But I've entertained conversations from agents that come to the door because I know it's daunting. And if that person is, you know, you only need one good conversation to feel good about yourself. So I entertain everybody that comes to the door, and I'll talk about things, and then I'll hit them with I'm a renter, like right at the very end because I don't want to buy, you know, that kind of thing. But no, it's how you door knock is how you feel if somebody door knock you.
Sure.
And, you know, if you don't like people coming to your door at 6 o'clock at night, you're never going to go to somebody else's door at 6 o'clock at night.
Right.
But it's just for me an avenue. It's exercise as well. 3 hours pounding the pavement, talking to homeowners, passing out information, and
Well, door knocking is probably one of the quickest ways to get business just
Yep.
because you're in the trenches, literally. You
Yep.
know, a lot of people will do the fancy online campaigns or whatever, but
Yep.
that's a noisy world at this point with all the marketing that everybody's doing.
Yep.
But yeah, having, as Steve used to say, was it belly to belly, toe to toe?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was the best way to have conversations.
And
It
I
is.
loved it. I love door knocking, and and I do the same thing, I answer the door. And right now I'm with my kids, and they're like, shh. Hi, the dogs are barking. I'm like, who's at the door?
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's a salesman, I immediately go into, what are you selling? Tell me your stuff. I'm not going to buy it, but I want it. You knocked on the door. Good for you. And have the whole honest conversation about how brave they were to knock on the stinking door.
There's a lot of people that are scared of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a daunting
but
thing.
it is, you know, you want to, you know, you're looking to work with somebody who wants to entrust you with selling their house.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, especially when I go back to the foreclosure side, it is about building a level of trust with that person. There's only so much trust you can earn straight away. But, you know, I've knocked on people's doors, and I've been sat in their living room an hour and a half later with tears, with stories, because, you know, when somebody steps out and said, you know, I was praying last night for somebody to show up and help me, and here you are.
That's beautiful.
You can't not, like, okay, I'm here. What can I do? How can I help you? How can I serve you? So, you know, I see an opportunity to, you know, again, I look at selling people's houses as serving them. They need to sell.
Yeah.
They need a realtor that's going to give them the attention and the care that they deserve.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can't be too busy for for my people, for my clients, my sellers, my buyers. So I do pride myself on having a level of empathy for homeowners. Now I've moved into divorces right now as well, specializing in divorces, which is not an easy conversation, but it is a monster lead source.
Sure.
You know, it's a sad story. People get divorced, but what is it? 70-80% of them need to then sell. I mean, it's a lead source. So I'm spread over a couple of different lead sources. But if I can, any opportunity to go out and meet people, talk to people, you know, I get away with it because of the accent, yes. You know, my wife hates it when, you know, we're in the store and, hi, how are you? Oh, you have such a lovely accent. And she stood right there, you know, and she'll say, I have an accent as too, you know. Yeah, but yours is yours is Mexican, like, you know, 70% of California, you know. So it's, you know, so, but it's, yeah.